Welcome back to NMI Sport Report. I'm your host, Dcode, and we got Patrick here this week. Be a episode with both of us finally. I got two solo episodes out of the way. Last couple weeks, haven't really had any of the other boys on, but we'll be talking about last week's matchups as far as football goes and some of the news that went on. There were some pretty big things that went on this week and some of the matchups coming up. So, you want to say hi real quick, Pat?
Yeah, what's up?
Okay, awesome. So I know hockey season started. You haven't really been in tune with football. I know it's your sport, so
Yeah.
you're mainly on that. But there was some really good games this weekend, especially that Thursday night game last week. Um, Started the week hot. I need to stop betting on anything that doesn't involve a football because hockey last week did not do good. I think I was down at one point like $100 something, and then I won on Thursday, started to come back around. I think I was down like 70 or 80. And then just a phenomenal Sunday performance by the favorites. I think we went 11
Yeah, that
and
was
1,
crazy.
11 and 1 for the favorites and 9 and 0 for road favorites. It was quite the weekend. Vegas is in piss. Bookies are in piss everywhere. It was just a good weekend as far as betting favorites, and we haven't seen that in the first 5 weeks of the NFL. It's been nothing but upsets, weird stories, crazy narratives, just weird things going on in the NFL, and then we see favorites win this week. So I know you said that you watched the Patriots game for the most part. It was the only game you really saw on Sunday. What did you think of
Yeah.
Drake May?
Solid. I mean, obviously a lot better than Jacoby, but for his first game, he looked good.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't have a lot to work with, but yeah, he looked good.
Do you think it was kind of late to start him? Do you think they should have started him earlier,
No,
maybe week 4, week 3,
I
or was
think they
this the
should have.
right time?
I think they should have kept him sitting. I saw earlier today that he went in for an MRI today, which kind of blows. So we'll
Oh,
see
I
how
did
that
not hear
goes.
that.
Yeah, so kind of worried
That's
about that.
not that's not good news. So we might be seeing Jacoby Brissett back on Sunday.
Yeah, they shouldn't have put him in behind that line. They should have kept until they got healthy. A couple of the
Yeah.
starters got healthy, or just till next year. But
Well,
he looked good for what he
only,
was.
yeah, he only took 3 sacks, which I expected a lot more out of that Houston defense. They got a pretty good D line that's pretty gritty.
Yeah,
And against that O line on the Patriots, I did expect at least 5 plus. But I mean, sacks, they don't really award them as much. And he's got legs. So for him to get back to the line of scrimmage, they're not going to call sacks for that.
yeah,
And
and he could also, yeah, like you said, he's got legs. He's moving. For
yeah,
Jacoby, if any pressure came, check down or sack.
yep. Or an interception. I mean, he had a pretty good interception rate going into the season. And then it started to plummet as far as like the O line injuries went on. It just got worse and worse. So
Yeah,
but yeah, I think he had over 250 yards. It was like what two? Was it close to 270 or am I off? I think it might have been like 256 pass yards.
I'm not sure, but I know he had the 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, 3 touchdown passes and then 2 interceptions, and one wasn't really his fault. I didn't see the second one, but
Yeah,
I
the
mean that's not a
first the
bad
first
start.
one was the bad one. The second one was the weird like screenplay. He caught it on the guy who was
Oh,
blocking.
okay.
The first one was, I don't know. It's hard to tell from the angle, you know? Like when you're watching from that sideways angle, you can't tell exactly how bad he missed. But
Yeah.
like his receiver basically thought it was going to someone else. He didn't even really try. So it must have been pretty bad. But I'd like to see it from behind the quarterback, behind the line of scrimmage, just to see it a little better.
Yeah, it definitely gives me hopes going into the rest of the season that if he is going to be starting and hopefully this MRI is clear,
Yeah.
that the Patriots can somehow get some more wins. But I mean, as of right now or as of today, they do have the number one pick. So as
Yeah.
far as like league rankings, they're getting the number one pick for the draft. I mean, I would like to see Jacoby get back in there. Maybe we'll get. I feel like the receivers they needed just someone better because they aren't bad. They just needed someone to hit them. The run game's been kind of piss poor. Ramondre was fumbling. He had a fumble in each game, and then they kind of flip flopped. Went to Antonio Gibson this weekend because Ramondre was hurt, and the run game just doesn't look the same. Like it doesn't look great.
Mhm.
But I
Yeah,
would
it
like to
definitely
see the
looked bad.
Patriots get some sort of skill player, possibly running back, maybe a late O line pick, maybe in the third or fourth round, or just pick up from free agency because that's just what's crippling the team right now. Because the defense looks awesome, the
Not
defense in
last week,
general.
but I mean, I think they started out hot and kind of haven't been as good. But
Yeah. Well, I know Christian Gonzalez. He's been solid. Marcus Jones on the other side hasn't been doing the best, so they can pick on him.
yeah,
But Christian Gonzalez, I was listening to him talk to Richard Sherman about why or like how he is the way he is. Like only a second year guy, didn't play all of his first season, but the way he reads defenses is going off of like the tree. So say this guy worked for Shanahan back in 2017 and now he's a offensive coordinator on the Bucks, for instance. So he would know that, okay, coming from Shanahan, I'm going to get this look. These guys are going to do this. And Richard Sherman was like, dude, you're miles ahead of what other corners know because if you know who came from what tree and what offense they're going to run, you can cover any guy you want. And we've seen that he's been covering wide receiver ones like nothing. He's been
yeah,
locking these guys down. Um, Tyreek Hill, Jamar Chase. Like he's been holding these high octane receivers to under 60 yards at some point. So just him knowing where guys are going to be, he can cover anybody. So I think that's exciting that they have a good defense in that direction. But yeah, I think it's the offense that needs more help
oh,
and possibly
100%,
the
yeah.
defense. So and we'll see. It does give me a little bit of high hopes going into the rest of the season. I think they squeak out the win on Sunday, but who knows? The Jaguars and the
I think
Patriots are
so
both
too,
one and
just because
five.
it's the Jags. But then again, you got Jags in London or like fucking 2007 Patriots,
But people
except
were
for
saying
last
that
week.
last week. Yeah,
Yeah,
people said that last week. But the only thing about them is they get to stay in London
yeah.
and they don't have to travel. So they're gonna have that upper leg. I think almost like a spread bet for them to go like because if I feel like they don't win this week, Doug Peterson's gone. Guy's getting fired.
We probably should have been gone last week, to be honest. But I don't know if you're gonna send him
Yeah,
home from London. That'd be hilarious, though.
yeah, that would be kind of messed up.
Send him.
Um, that would be kind of
Uh,
messed up. I don't
yeah,
know. I think Sirianni might lose his job this week. I think
yeah. That was funny.
there's a lot of tight. I don't know who to pick this week. Like when I was looking at the matchups, I was like, dude, there's not a single game where I'm like, oh, this team for sure winning. Like last week, we got clear favorites winning. Just bets were hitting. Everything was going well last week, and it was a good week, especially coming off of weeks 1 through 5. But
Hmm.
this week scares me. It's just a bunch of weird stuff going on, new moves, just weird football going to be played. I think this week, and it's weird. I don't know. I don't know what to expect from this week. I don't know who to take in my suicide league. We're down to 4 people. Everyone cleared this week, and I don't know. What would you rather take? I
That's
was
pretty
either
crazy.
going I was either going for the like an Eagles loss and a Steelers loss, and I win the big pot in the suicide, or I had a day like Sunday where all the favorites won and I win $700. So I mean, there's still like pulse check. I'm still alive in the suicide, which and there's only 4 guys or 3 other
Well,
guys
it's.
that I have to worry about.
I think you hedge the suicide. Like I would just
Okay,
pick a team, and whatever you pick, put a lot of money on the other team, but enough to where it's profitable either
if
way.
I like that idea, but only if it was like me and one other guy
I know the
because
problem. Well, if you lose, if you win the suicide and lose the bet, there could still be other people.
so it's not like a guaranteed win because otherwise
But if that
I'd be all
happens, you
in.
could just do it again next week and double up. Put
Yeah,
500 on the suicide team.
dude. I see. I don't know. Like, and the pick race right now, as far as suicide goes, is close. Like, we've all picked similar teams. Although I've kind of held off of the favorites. I've been trying to pick like obscure picks, and it's helped me get this far. Out of 44 people, obviously I'm doing something right, picking
Yeah.
weird picks because if I look at the previous picks from everybody, the 4 remaining, week 1 3 of us took the Seahawks, 1 Niners. 3 of us took the Chargers second week. Someone took the Ravens and lost, so they got a mulligan. Week 3, the 3 of us who were doing hot all needed mulligans. I took the Browns against the
Mm,
Giants that week. Someone took the Raiders. I forget who they played. Someone took the Niners, and I think that's when the Rams won. And then the person who had the mulligan already took the Chiefs. We moved to week 4. No one's got a mulligan now, and there was 2 Niners. I took the Niners. Someone else took the Niners. 1 Chief and 1 Cincinnati Bengals. And then the week I almost won, it was I took the Bears, and then 3 others. All 3 of them took the same pick. They took the Packers. And then last week I had the Falcons. 2 guys had the Eagles, and 1 had the Steelers. So I mean, we're starting to pick different teams now, but I haven't used my Niners buy-in. I haven't used my Chiefs. I haven't used Packers. I haven't used some of the top teams that these other people have used. So I mean, I can still go to the well for those, but and this
yeah, I
week I
mean,
might have to.
I was gonna say that's what I would be doing right now, pretty consistently.
I
There's 4
well,
people left.
yeah, but the previous weeks, that's how everyone got eliminated. Was just going to the well. Like, oh my gosh, the Ravens heavy favorites. I'm going to them week 2, knocked out. Um,
Yeah, but early season is so much more unpredictable than once everybody gets settled. Like the
yeah.
Chiefs, out of those teams, I see the Chiefs losing next, or maybe
So
the Packers, but the Chiefs are just so hit or miss in regular season.
Chiefs are 5-0, and they might have there's. So I looked at their calendar ahead of like the next throughout the rest of the season. There's a possibility that they could go 17-0. There's a possibility they can go 17-0.
Yeah.
Their hardest game is this Sunday against the 49ers.
Okay,
Chiefs play
yeah,
the
that's one you
Niners.
stay away from, obviously.
Yeah, so I can't go to the well with either of those 2 teams. So we got Kansas City at San Francisco, but San Francisco's looked horrible. Horrible. And obviously they're coming for a revenge game. Got beat in the Super Bowl. Was it 2 or 3 times now by the Chiefs? I think the Niners pull this one off. But if the Chiefs move through this week and they go 6-0, if you look at like their next 11 games, they could possibly go 17-0. And if they get through this week, they're going to go undefeated, I think, in my opinion. Uh,
Yeah.
let me let me read you their schedule. I think they play the Broncos like twice or 3 times. They play the
Oh, they
Raiders a
haven't even
couple
played
times.
the Broncos yet.
Not yet. They haven't played the
But
Broncos.
yeah, they have to play the Broncos twice. They played the Raiders already, right?
No, so their first matchup
What?
against the Raiders is Sunday after next. So we'll see it
Okay.
on October
Well, there's
27th.
four. There's 4 wins right there, and they still have to play the Chargers one more time.
Yeah. So they
So
have
there's 5.
Raiders,
Should be 5 wins.
Raiders the end of this month. So Niners, Raiders, and then they go to the Buccaneers, which I mean, Buccaneers, they have a chance at knocking them down, but if
Yeah,
not,
just the way
Chiefs
they
move on.
play.
Then you got Broncos, Chiefs again. Then you got Chiefs, Bills, and the Bills just made that move with Amari Cooper. I believe it was this morning or yesterday.
Yeah, that was just
They just picked
today,
up,
I believe. Yeah,
yeah,
I think
they just
so.
picked up Amari Cooper, so that's a good look for them. But again, Chiefs, they're rolling. Once they get rolling, they're not going to stop. They play the Panthers November 24th. They play the Raiders on November 29th on your birthday. Then we move to December. They play the Chargers. They play the Browns. They play the Texans, which would be a tough matchup. They play the Steelers and then the Broncos again. So I don't know. Out
Yeah,
of those
it's
matchups, their hardest games have to be what Houston, Niners, and Bills, maybe.
yeah.
Or I mean,
I
they just
mean,
don't have a tough schedule.
it's the Chiefs. It's like entirely possible for them to go undefeated.
Yeah, and
But I
that's
feel
I
like
don't know.
regular season games they lose.
We haven't seen
They don't
one
win them
yet,
all.
which is weird. Like the Ravens was a close
Yeah,
game, Bengals was a close game. They've had nothing but close games, and I think they've come back from behind at multiple of the games. Like they keep trying to do it, and I don't know. It's just weird to me that they keep coming back and they keep. I don't know. It's just weird. Weird football.
yeah, yeah.
The Broncos are playing the Saints tomorrow. What do you think about that game?
I mean, I don't know. Obviously I like the Saints, but they're not who we thought we were or they were after 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Once again,
they're
those 2 weeks.
I think
They played terrible
their record
teams.
right now
Two,
is
4.
2-4. Yeah,
They've only won
and
2, but I don't know if they've had a bye yet.
at home, I feel like this is a must-win spot. But with Spencer Rattler at the gun and the way the Broncos have been playing the last couple weeks, it's going to be a weird game. I almost want
Yeah.
to just nuke the Saints because it's like a must-win game at home. They have to win this game. But with Spencer Rattler playing quarterback, and I don't know, I like it too because the Broncos lost Patrick Surtain last week. I believe
Yeah.
he got a concussion or some sort of leg injury that might help them out in this game. So I don't
Yeah,
know. It
that's huge. That's huge
could
for
be a
the
weird game.
yeah.
The Broncos almost came back last week, which was they played the Chargers, and prayers up for my boy Harbaugh. Guy had his second atrial flutter. Went to the medical
Oh yeah.
tent, got cleared, came
Sucks.
back. But
Did you
the
see he said
Broncos,
he's 2-0 after going into
yeah,
AFib?
dude, he
Bro, that
just
man's
weird
crazy.
that he started the game and then we see him go to the tent, no word, and comes back out, finishes out the game. But they were doing hot, like the Chargers were hot. They were winning 20-0 at halftime. And then the second half, Broncos come out 16-3. So, or I'm sorry, yeah, 16-3 in points. So the game ended 23-16. I almost thought the Broncos were going to come back. They tried to do a hands team situation and didn't end up working out for him. I think there was a penalty, kicked it out of bounds. Just couldn't get the ball back, but it was close. I honestly thought they were going to come back. So Broncos look good. Saints got blown out by the Bucks, 51-27, and they put up a fight in the first half. They were doing pretty good, putting up a fight, and then all of a sudden it just slipped away in the second half. Spencer Rattler throwing picks. It was bad. And the Buccaneers took off. That running back looks really good. I forget his name, but he just played this week and it was Sean Tucker,
Saints
maybe?
guy?
No, the Buccaneers running back that just absolutely
Oh,
popped
okay.
off. What was his name? I don't know, but
Yeah, I'm
it
not
was
sure.
crazy. It was crazy to see him go off. I'm glad Rashad White wasn't playing because Bucky and Sean Tucker looked good together. Rashad White has been getting like 1.5 to 2 yards a carry, which is not going to help your offense by any means. You can't set up a play action, can't set up anything. So I'm glad to see that their run game kind of got better without Rashad White, which is nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Going back to the Eagles, they almost lost to the Browns. That was a horrible performance. They couldn't find anything on the ground. I think Saquon had like 60 yards total. I believe AJ Brown had the 2 touchdowns for the Eagles. Yeah, I think he had 2 touchdowns. Both were awesome. So he came back this week off a hamstring injury, and it definitely made what's their quarterback's name? I forget his name. Um, the Eagles quarterback. I can't think of his name.
Sorry. Oh, hurts.
Oh, Jalen Hurts. Yeah, I couldn't think of his name for some reason. It
Right.
made Jalen Hurts look so much better than he's been playing because he looks horrible. He doesn't look like a good quarterback. And then AJ Brown comes back, runs 2 fade routes, just slows down, let the ball drop in the basket, and scores touchdowns. Made Jalen
Yeah.
Hurts look really good. Saquon couldn't get anything going on the ground. I just think this the O line is one of the issues, and then just Alabama quarterbacks. You can't trust them at all. I'm
Jalen
not
Hurts
putting
seems
any.
to have like a Kirk Cousins career trajectory right now. Looks
Yeah,
like he's
I could.
never going to be super good. He was close with that Super Bowl. I don't know if he's ever going back to one unless he has the team. Like the wide receiver core right now looks good. He needs a better defense and he can maybe get there. Saquon helps. The offense is so like on paper,
That offense
Jesus
looks
Christ,
awesome.
that team is crazy. The
Yeah,
line, the tight
the
ends are like Goddard and I don't know who the other guy is, but Like he's not great, but he showed out in that one game where they needed him. They beat the Browns or whoever it was, some shitty team they should have blown out.
Yeah. Oh, I think the week before the bye where Dallas went off.
I'm not sure.
Could
I don't remember who they played, but it was like 15-10 or something, and they only won because Goddard had like 2 touchdowns, or he got like a 60-yard grab and then a touchdown on the same drive.
Yeah,
The
I
only
want to
one
say
who
that was
played
2 weeks
well.
ago, week four,
Yeah, I think
because
so. It was.
they
I
just
think it was
came off a
2 weeks
bye
ago.
week and
Yeah,
they played the Buccaneers. Let me see.
maybe it was the Bucks. I don't
Oh
think
no, they
so.
got blown out. No, they got blown out by the
Yeah, it wasn't
Bucks.
the Bucks.
That was like 16-33. Maybe week 3. I think week 3 was, yeah, 15-10 over the Saints. 15-12 over
Oh,
the
okay.
Saints.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's the game you're talking about. So week 3 was when he had that game. No AJ Brown. Obviously, him
Mhm.
coming back was a tremendous help. But yeah, it was. I don't know. The Gardner Johnson, the cornerback, he's horrible, and he's given up multiple touchdowns in multiple games now. He's just, and he changed his number to number 8 for Kobe. Let that
That's
sink in.
crazy. That's crazy. Kobe
He
should
he
come
changed his
back from
number.
the dead and put a stop to that, bro.
He needs
Kobe's
a yeah.
estate. Kobe's estate should send a letter and put a stop to that.
They need a. I think Kobe's ghost needs to pull his ACL out midfield on the
Something,
field.
bro. Something.
It's
That's not
just
right.
yeah. I
That's
think he was number
disrespectful.
24 before, and then he's number 8 now, and yeah, I don't know. I'm just that defense is horrible, like you said. It's just not doesn't look good for them.
Yeah.
That that division right now is led by the Commanders, which they had a great game against the Ravens. Obviously,
Hmm.
I still have the Ravens as a I have a Ravens Lions Super Bowl prediction, but
That'd be
obviously the
cool.
Ravens great team. They they beat them. It was 30-23, but Commanders look nice and I don't know. Jaden Daniels is special. Obviously, Lamar had a better game. Lamar's still the GOAT, but Jaden Daniels will probably break some of his records. I
Isn't
guarantee
it
it.
crazy to think that Commanders are gonna take Drake May like earlier in the draft? Not earlier in
Were
the
they?
draft, but yeah, like earlier before, I don't know, a couple months before the draft or something like that. All the predictions are saying Drake May and Jaden Daniels is probably going to the Patriots. And I forget
Okay.
when it
Dude,
switched, but that would have been sick.
I wonder how Jaden Daniels would do behind the Patriots O line.
He'd be fine. He could run.
Yeah. I don't
He
know.
would
I
be
just
totally fine.
yeah. So you think the Patriots would be maybe 4-1 at this rate if we
I don't
had
know
Jaden
about
Daniels?
I don't know about 4-1, but a lot better than we are.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's very
Drake May's
similar.
better. We just haven't seen enough of him yet.
I
Give it
think
time.
that the Patriots have the better defense over the Commanders,
Yeah, I think so
and
too.
they have the almost exact same offense. I mean, Austin Eckler and Brian Robinson is a pretty good run game. Like Brian Robinson Jr., he's the goat. He is really good. Got a lot of respect for the kid. Austin Eckler, 10-year plus vet. Like that guy's good.
Yeah, they have
Um,
Terry. That's the only wide receiver I can even name on that team. Now that I
Yeah,
think
and
about it.
like the Patriots, I feel like they have similar receiving core. I think the Commanders beat them in the run game, and then obviously the quarterback situation, the Commanders got them too. So it's pretty similar. If we saw Jane Daniels on the Patriots, maybe they'd have a winning record right now, and they would have beat maybe the Dolphins or some
Yeah, that'd be
shittier
sick.
teams. But yeah, I don't know. I got
Yeah.
high hopes right now for Drake May. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes moving forward. 49ers,
Yeah, so do I.
I'd like to apologize to the fan base. I don't think you guys are going to the playoffs. Let's be real. It's been too close that they've been losing to bad teams. I mean, this week they beat the Seahawks, where Geno Smith is very inconsistent, and it was a pretty big scoring game, 36-24. They had a lot of defense going on that helped them with that, but they've been running the score up to like 20 something points, and then the other team just comes back and comes from behind. Like we saw with the Cardinals, the Rams. It's just been weird, and I don't know. I just don't think the 49ers are going to go deep in the playoffs this year. It's just I don't know. What do you think about the Niners?
Yeah. I think there's no way they don't make it. I think there's no way they don't make it, but um I don't see him going deep either. But also, it's week 6. Like, it's
Yeah, it's,
relatively early.
yeah. We're about one quarter of the way through the season, if you look at it, or one third, you
Yeah,
could say.
give him give him time. There's no way. What's his name comes back though, which sucks. McCaffrey. So they
Yep.
essentially have like 0 run game right now. Besides what
Yeah.
they can do with
Zero,
Debo.
zero run game. Have you seen Jordan Mason play? That kid's a
I don't think
beast.
he's looked that good. You think?
I, he's been running for about 100 yards a game, putting up multiple touchdowns a game. He's been solid, and he's a big back where he's like running through guys, pushing stiff arms. Like he looks like a little Derrick Henry in a sense. Obviously, he needs to
Yeah.
grow into that, but he looks really good. And a lot of 49ers fans are pretty happy about him starting, but I don't know. It's just been it has been weird for the Niners with like injuries and then the Ayuk contract and just like a weird situation going on with that team. But the Cowboys,
Yeah, I
we
mean
can
it's
definitely
yeah,
eliminate them from the
injuries it's
playoffs
like
as
too
of right
bad.
now.
That shit happens nonstop all year. Every team has to deal with it, so
I'm having technical
there's nothing you
difficulties
could
right now
do.
with the Wi-Fi. I'm sorry. Um,
Yeah,
would
no,
you
mine's
say? I'm
cutting out
sorry
too.
when
I
I
think
said
it's on
the.
my end.
No, it's me for sure. The Wi-Fi keeps disconnecting for some reason. Um, the
Oh, okay.
Cowboys belt to ass on Sunday. That was bad. That was
Yeah.
real bad,
Did you see
dude.
Jerry Jones? He was sad.
What a oh,
Cowboys
dude! It was
tweeted
his
out
birthday.
the attendance. There's 92,000 people. Yeah, I know. It was his 82nd birthday. The Cowboys tweeted out a picture of the
Dude.
crowd and said, 92,000 people, and the Jumbotron was in it, and they blurred the Jumbotron, like just the scoreboard on it.
Oh man, I mean, I would too though.
Yeah, shit was down
That was
bad.
just it was bad. Like, and then he was talking. He was mad that
Yeah, but
people were getting on him for not making off-season moves and whatever was happening with that. I don't know. It's just
Mhm.
the only way the Cowboys I see them winning a Super Bowl anytime soon. Jerry Jones dies. Dak Prescott is no longer the quarterback. New running backs. Those running backs are horrible. Zeke and Rico is probably the worst running back duo in the league. And I would say that is worse than the Patriots situation right now. Like the Patriots aren't bad with their run game. The Cowboys have a bad backfield. They
Mhm.
can't find any rush yards. They can't get anything going. It's just and then the Lions were just taunting them with they threw 3 offensive linemen touchdown passes. They
Yeah.
did a couple was a flea flicker to Laporta where it went like 4 different
Yeah.
guys' hands, and then
Yeah. Yeah.
see they were just toying with the Cowboys, which I don't know. As of Sunday, I see a Lions Ravens Super Bowl, and I was almost gonna lock that in because I was like, this pretty high hopes for the AFC. Ravens take it, and the Lions take the NFC. Obviously, Aiden Hutchinson, we got to pour one out for that guy. His leg is gone.
Yeah, that sucks.
It's
In
just
half, in
not
two
good.
pieces, in 3 pieces. Yeah, shit was bad.
And then the fans of the Detroit Lions were tweeting at JJ Watt, telling him to come
Saying
out of
what?
retirement. And they want him to come
Oh,
play
for real?
defensive end for the Lions. And JJ Watt, he did respond because everyone's like, "You're still in shape. You can still come back. Like, come play for the Lions." And he said he was like, "I just took a walk
That's
this morning on
funny.
the beach with my wife and my kid. I like the life I live right now." He's like, "Thank you for all the compliments and like wanting me to come back, but I'm happy with like what I'm doing." So good on
Yeah.
him. But yeah, everyone wanted JJ Watt to come back, play for the Lions, which was kind of funny.
I don't know why they didn't hit up Aaron Donald.
That would have been a good
Like,
pick too. That would have,
what's up with JJ? He's been retired way longer.
yeah. I like Aaron. I
It's
haven't seen him,
Michigan.
but
That's why.
he he could be fat. He could have gotten pretty fat. Like, you think he's training as hard as he
Yeah.
can?
His
Like
wife or
now that
girlfriend.
he's retired.
No, I don't think he's doing anything. No, I doubt
Yeah,
he's doing
no, not
anything.
at
Well,
all.
he's probably still working out, but yeah, obviously not as hard. His wife or girlfriend week 1 posted a video of him asleep on the couch. She's like, everybody's telling Aaron to come back. She's like, this is what his Sundays look like now. And she like turns over and he's passed out watching football.
Yeah, I'm
So
sure the
he's
guys had
probably
to have put
he's
on something.
definitely
Like, you
done
can't be
too.
in shape. Yeah, and those guys, like once they're done, they don't want to come back. Like it's over for them. So, dude, the connection on this thing keeps dropping. It's gonna piss me off.
Can you hear me?
I keep losing. Oh gosh, trying to
Yeah,
reconnect.
it's
Can you still hear
bad.
me? Dude, it's real bad. It keeps saying trying to reconnect. No. We're gonna have to name this one another technical difficulties, but it's just sort of recording right now, which I don't know if I got any of the previous recording. Dang it. That's frustrating. That's real frustrating. I'm losing. Hang on. Can you hear me? Oh man, this is all bad. All bad. Okay, there we go. I should be able to hear you now. Dude, connection dropped. Is it still recording on your end? Why can't I hear you?
My mic was muted.
Oh, dude. You're
Sorry.
making me. So, what does it say for the record right
It
now?
says it's recording, but I don't know if how I could. It says you are too. Oh no, I don't know if that's just video or what, but
It might just be because this happened week 1 when I recorded with Nick and Brandon, or week 2
did
when,
you have to? What'd you have to do?
well, it just like it when I joined back, it started my recording back up, but they were kind of just sitting there like
Oh,
talking. But dude, I've had connection issues, which I might have to
oh, there it
move.
goes.
I might have to move to a different spot. I don't know
It's cutting out.
what's happening.
It's cutting out again.
Dude, this is not good. This is not good at all. Okay, we'll fast forward just to
It's
look at
real
the
bad.
matchup.
It's real. It's real bad again.
Jeez.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay, you're cutting out real bad again.
Dude. Yeah,
It's just skipping
uh,
and shit like that.
it's so frustrating.
Do you work tomorrow?
Yeah, I do.
What time are you off?
I'm off at 7, so it'll be halfway through the main game or the Thursday night game, the Broncos Saints.
Well, if you want to take the 30 from this one, do you have access to the previous recording?
I think it'll when it uploads, it'll all it'll all like this is what happened week 2 when I recorded.
Okay.
It it'll all come piece back together. I mean, we can kind of kill. We were at like 30 minutes, so if we just
Yeah.
go through some of the matchups of this week, really quickly, Devontae Adams to the Jets. The Jets got snuffed on Monday, but I saw it coming. That team fired head coach Devontae. Mike Williams probably gonna be off the team. He ran a horrible route. I don't know if you saw that play.
Yeah, the last one where guy intercepted.
Yep, he
Yeah.
he didn't run the right route, or he didn't run. He was supposed to run between the numbers and sideline, and he was on the other side of the numbers. But still a bad throw by Rodgers. The guy underthrew
Yeah.
him. He
And it's
slips.
also we're just taking Rogers' word on that he ran the wrong play. Like,
Yeah.
you think I trust that goddamn dope fiend?
And Mike Williams hasn't said anything. So, I mean, it could just be Rodgers saying that, and then Mike Williams gets cut next week. But I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. But
What's
Jets,
he's not going to go against him. Nothing he could do.
yeah. So, Jets, new offensive coordinator, didn't look bad. Devontae Adams this week. We got Bills, new receiver that should help out a lot, Murray Cooper. You have Jameis Winston starting this Sunday for the Browns, which is exciting. We don't
Very
have to see
fun.
Deshaun Watson, thank God. And then what else do we got? Drake May hopefully gets cleared, plays Sunday. So tomorrow, I am probably going to unload the clip on the Saints. Broncos are favored by 2.5 points, but I think I'm unloading clip on the Saints tomorrow. Probably put like a unit. My unit size right now is $50, so I think I'll probably put one unit on the Saints tomorrow versus the Broncos. I like him at home. Spencer Rattler, I think he'll be get better this game. In London, we got Patriots Jags. Jags favored by 5.5 points. I think the Jags possibly cover spread. Not going to be looking too good. The Seahawks Falcons. It's a game of pretenders. I think I like the Falcons. They don't look bad, but the Seahawks also look not that bad, but not that good. So it's going to be a weird game. Atlanta's favored by 3.5 points. Hard to pick a side on that one. Um, Buffalo versus the Titans. Buffalo should win that game. They really should win that game. Um, Bengals Browns. I almost want to unload clip on the Browns with Jameis starting, but the Bengals, they looked horrible on Sunday night. That was my last leg to get to $700. I could have won potentially 1,100 if I would have put the other parlay I had in. It's like $100 to win 460, and I got
Hmm.
talked out of it by Isaiah. I texted him. I was like, "What do you think about this slip?" And he goes, "Never
Bruh.
pick all favorites." And of course, favorites go 11-1 this weekend, 9-0 road favorites. I did go because I already had the big one open, the 60 to win 560, which I was like, I can't double down two slips with the same teams on there. Um, so I kind of stayed away from doing that, but I could have made 1,100, made the 700, thank God. But Bengals worried me for sure. I'm getting connection again, man. Gosh, can you still hear me, Pat?
I could hear you, but it's just. Can you hear me?
Gosh, yeah, dude, I got the connection thing again. Okay,
It's hit or
speed
miss
this
and
up.
skipping. It.
Yeah, okay. Speed this up to the max. This is gonna be this episode, man. It's starting to make me mad. It's like I love recording and I like when it goes smooth, but you're gonna run into problems. And you know what? Good. Now I got to figure out a way to fix this. Maybe I got to change locations from where I record or whatever. But favorite matchups right now this weekend, probably Commanders. If I'm going suicide, Commanders or Bills. What do you think?
Who are the Commanders playing? I was just
They're
about to
playing
pull up
the
the
Panthers.
schedule. Oh yeah, that should be a gimme. But it's like a team new to being good. What if they just completely fuck up
Dude, that's what
and
I'm
lose to the
scared of.
Panthers?
That's what I'm scared of because Andy
That would
doesn't
be
play
funny.
bad. Like he did pretty well against the
Yeah.
Falcons. That game scared me. I had them in suicide and a big bet. Um, Packers Texans should be a really good game. Lions Vikings should be a great game, divisional series. Eagles Giants. I almost want to take the Giants. And I don't know. What about the Bills matchup? Bills Titans. I feel like that's a safer pick than going with
Yeah,
Commanders.
I agree. Even though it's the Panthers, if it was Panthers with Bryce Young, I'd take that 11 out of 10 times. But
Yeah.
with Andy, there's still a chance. Like the offense
Yeah.
can potentially score, and the Commanders' defense hasn't looked amazing. They looked the best last week against the Ravens, surprisingly.
And I think Tennessee, it's either Will Levis or Mason Rudolph.
Yeah,
So
and that should be. But once again, this is a game that the Bills lose. Like just some shitty letdown game that they should win every time, and they just
that's
fuck up.
true.
Like Josh Allen
See,
does the retard play, and they lose.
so I don't know what spot to go with this week then. Maybe Colts on the Dolphins. I don't think Tua's back yet.
No, he's got at least one more week, I believe.
Yeah, it says he's still out. So maybe the Colts with Flacco. Do I back Flacco? I
I think that's
like
a little crazier. I don't hate Chargers.
who the Chargers playing.
Cardinals on Monday,
Oh, Monday night. See,
and
Cardinals
I
scare
don't.
me though. Cardinals scare me.
Yeah, they scare me too. They got that little jit running around.
Yeah, Cardinals. I just can't take Cardinals versus the Chargers because Chargers almost blew it against the Broncos on Sunday,
Yeah,
and Cardinals they don't look bad. And Call of Duty doesn't come out for 2 more weeks, so this week we're still
yeah.
safe. Like I can start betting against the Cardinals in 2 weeks, but this week you got to play it safe. Stay off the Cardinals.
Dude,
I
Monday is gonna be fun.
Monday's got some good games for sure.
Yeah,
I
2 games. I wish it was just one, but
yeah,
at least
I
it's
like
two probably good ones.
I like going with, geez, man, maybe the Jets, the new revived Jets versus Steelers in a must-win spot, like absolute must-win
Yeah,
spot.
if they lose this, it's looking like no playoffs.
Yeah, but the AFC East is like it's anyone's game right now. I mean, even
And
the Patriots could come back. Like Patriots or Dolphins could win that division.
yeah, when the Bills should be the ones locking it up.
Yep. I don't know if
Who's
I'm
gonna
gonna
come
unload.
back and die?
Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
that's
the
that's a
Dolphins
scary
are out.
situation. If I'm gonna
Dolphins
unload
done.
clip on Saints, I might take them suicide tomorrow too. Just big ball bet of the week.
That's
Saints
crazy doubling up.
home dogs with Spencer Rattler.
37 and a half. They're dogs too.
Yeah, home dogs. Saints are home dogs right now. 70% of the public is on the Saints as home dogs.
And
And
and you're always preaching, don't follow that.
yeah, I don't really like to bet with the public, but I do
Yeah.
like to bet against. I do like to take a dog every now and again. And
I'm not gonna talk you out of it. I haven't been watching every game like that to even know. Like I don't think I've watched a Broncos game unless it was on Red Zone all year. They haven't had a red
yeah,
zone game, I
I
don't
don't know.
think.
Broncos have no run game. Absolutely, they have like a whole arsenal of running backs. Probably 5 or 6 running backs. Not one of them can get over 4 yards of carry.
Yeah.
Their receivers, they have to rely on Sutton, and Bo Nix hasn't looked bad. I don't know. I almost just want to unload clip, just throw it all on the Saints money line, throw it all on the Saints. Just in, I don't know. Pat Sertan's out. It just got confirmed that Sertan is out. So I don't know. I do like the Saints tomorrow. Like in a must-win spot at home, home dogs, suicide money line, $200 bet, unloading clip, just letting it loose.
Let us sing, bro.
Let that
Like
choppa
Kyler Murray
sing,
on Black Ops 6.
dude. I think I let the
Let that
choppa
shit
sing.
sing, bro.
Big ball
Hey, I
bet of
mean,
the
it's up to
week.
you. I'm not going to tell you not to. I would personally hedge it, but I don't want to be the Isaiah of next episode. So you do what you want to do.
It's either that or I back the Bills in a scary game, even though they're 9-point favorites.
Yeah. How much did you pay to get into the league? The suicide one.
So 44 people, everyone pays $50 to begin with. Weeks 1 through 4, if you experience a loss, you get a mulligan, but it costs $25. So you could say no,
Okay.
just give
So you're
up
75 deep.
75 deep to
Okay.
possibly win close to 3,000. Anywhere between like
So
2 to 3,000. I don't know exactly
so
how much it is.
instead of hedging for a big bet, I would just hedge to cover $75 until it's you and one other person. Because say you get out, all right, fuck it, it's a wash. I got my money. And then, and then if it's you and one other person, you hedge it with a fat bet.
Unload
And then,
clip.
yeah, and then say you win the suicide, instead of making out with 3 grand, you make out with like a grand. It's still
I
like that's a lot of money to win.
I could do that. I mean, Bookie right now, I only have the $250 credit line, but
Yeah,
if I text him, I could run it up to whatever I want. So if I
yeah,
know how
but
much that pot is, like say it's 2,500, I'm like, hey, 2,500, and it's a dog, and I'm like, hey,
yeah,
2,500 on this team.
yeah. And just
It,
bet that, make sure the dog, the suicide pick is the favorite, and the dog is the one you're on the book with.
yeah.
That's what I would do, and obviously only take money line because you could almost lose both ways,
Oh
which
yeah,
almost happened to me last night when I was talking to you about the Hawks game.
dude, those
Because I was
hockey
like, I win
spots,
either way, and then I took the spread, and they almost lost.
dude.
I almost lost the spread, and my team lost.
Those
Fuck.
hockey games last night, I had the right reads, just the wrong plays, man. I
I
I could
haven't
have
missed a
gone.
real one yet.
I've
Have you?
so what I sent 6 picks. I sent six
Um.
picks, and I think I went 3-3. So I
Okay.
had the Jackets in a Johnny Gaudreau legacy game.
Yeah,
The
they should have
Panthers,
won that.
that was fucked up for winning that game.
Yeah,
Hurricanes
went
money
wrong.
line, they hit. So 1-1 there. Sharks plus 1.5. What have we learned about hockey? If there's a
It's
minus
always two.
3 to
You never
400.
take the plus 1.5. Oh, it worked.
No, it did work. That's what I'm saying. If
Yeah,
you
no, no, it
if you
worked.
ever
Yeah.
see, this is a system play. If you ever see a minus 300 or minus 400 favorite on the ice, you take the other team plus 1.5 or money line. But plus 1.5, it was like minus 110 for the Sharks, and I was like, dude, that's a free bet. That one hits. I go up 2-1. Blackhawks money line, right read. They couldn't pull it off. It was 1-1. I think it went up to like 2-1, closing out the game, and then they pull goalie 3-1. So yeah, you did hit that one.
Yeah.
And then I had Flyers, which was free. Dude, you have Stuart Skinner in net for the Oilers. Whatever team you take, they're beating the Oilers. The Oilers look horrible right now. They just have to get a new goalie. And
Yeah.
then Predators, it was the right read. You got a woman on the Kraken coaching staff. They were tied 3-3 going into the third, and then it just slipped away. So,
Hmm.
I mean, I went 3-3 last night on hockey, basically broke even. I should have unloaded a lot more on the Hurricanes because that was my favorite bet of the night, but I didn't take anything tonight. I was going to take, actually, I did take the Mets live bet. I took the Mets live bet for a quarter unit. I just put $11 on it, and I think they're down by 4 runs right now. So, but I didn't bet any hockey. I was going to bet against the Ducks.
I
Was going to
wanted
be
to
mine.
bet the Bruins. I didn't. They just scored again right now, 3-1.
Oh, see,
Just
yeah,
tucked another one.
the Avalanche are hurt. They got, I don't
They're
know.
0. They're gonna be 0-5 most likely after tonight. The game's only halfway over, but
Yeah, I like the Kings to miss playoffs. If you take
they don't
that
even
bet,
look bad.
I wanted to
Yeah,
take
they always find a way though.
I wanted to take Utah tonight against the Ducks. It was even money, both sides. It was like minus 107, minus 113, and I think Hockey Club. I think I was going to unload clip, and then I was
Yeah.
like, you know what, I'll stick on the Mets and call it a night there. But it's
I was
looking like
thinking of
I'm
betting on the Ducks. I'm glad I didn't make any bets, like whatever, but I was thinking Ducks, but I was like, I can't watch the game anyways.
yeah.
So I'm just gonna stay away from that one for sure.
And then Dodgers up 8-0, so I for sure lost that one. Top nine, two
Oh, they
on
just scored again. Like
Bruins.
10 seconds later, yeah, Bruins
Oh my
4-1.
gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
They're in
Lindholm,
Colorado.
Pasta, and Coyle.
Yeah, Lindholm just scored
Oh, and Kopke,
again.
Kepke,
Uh,
first goal.
let me
I don't
look.
know. I haven't seen that guy in the Bruins. He's in a blue jersey in his player profile. Cole Kepke, is he from
Oh
the
yeah.
Leafs or the Lightning?
I don't think I've heard of this guy. I'm not even sure.
He's in a blue. He's in a blue jersey.
See,
So I want to
he has
see.
30 games played in his career. He's 26.
Oh, okay,
So he's
a
looks like
saber
Lightning, yeah.
or light. Yeah,
Lightning and then now Bruins.
okay.
I've never heard of him.
Yeah, I just need to stay off of the ice right now until I figure out who the whale is. There's always like that
Yeah.
President's Trophy whale that you can just count on for the whole
Yeah.
season.
It's also
So
82 games, so like you got to think about it. This is essentially week 1 for hockey. It
yeah,
literally started last Tuesday, so we're on Wednesday. Basically week 1. The teams are all finding their footing. So
yeah, but they
the
just have
good
so
teams.
many games in a week. Like we already see
That's
Avs
why
in one
that's why it's
week
so much more fun.
are
They
down
played
5-0.
5 games in what 8 days? The league's
Yeah,
been on for,
so
and they're
I mean
about
it's
to be 0-5 after 5 games, which is
yeah.
insane.
My favorite hockey plays, my favorite system plays are to go with a team that we can almost guarantee to lose every game. So right now it's looking like maybe the Avs or the Oilers, but I mean they could very well
Yeah,
turn it around after one
I wouldn't
week.
count on either of those teams to keep this up though,
Yeah. And then
just
we
with the
need to
guys they
find
have.
the President's Trophy winner early. As soon as you can get on that, like I believe who was it last year? The Rangers, and then the year before that
Rangers,
the
yeah.
Bruins. Dude, system
Rangers,
play.
Bruins, yeah.
You just take them either straight up or -1.5 game after game, and you just end up with coin at the end of the season. And then the same thing with fading the last place teams. Like in the previous years, I faded the Ducks, the Blackhawks, and was it Coyotes last year, or who was the very last team? Was it Jackets?
Sharks.
Sharks. Yes.
I
So if
want to
you
say
just
Sharks, but maybe
you
not.
take the President's Trophy and fade the bottom three, and you're making coin. But
Yeah.
again, don't
Sorry,
take
go
the
ahead.
-300 or -400s. Like that's when you start losing. You got to be smart about taking your spots.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Interesting there. And then baseball playoffs, we got a couple games left. It's looking like I didn't know this, but in baseball they do a 2-3-2 now. So it's like two home games for the higher seed, three away games or home games for the lower seed, and then they go back for two games. So kind of weird in that aspect. I
I
thought they always did like a 2-2-1-1-1, but
no, no.
that's only
They've
in
always they've always done something weird like that. It's only hockey and basketball that they do the 2-2-1-1-1.
okay. I like that. I like that better because it's like you get the two, and then back, back, back. But I get why baseball does it because now there's less time off of games. Like we're gonna have baseball today, tomorrow, and Friday all in New York for the Mets, and then we'll have three games in a row for the Guardians. So
Mhm.
I do like how they do that because there's less rest in between, and you're just getting game after game after game. But it's looking like we're gonna see either Dodgers Yankees or I hope it's the Mets Yankees. I do want to see New York World Series, but yeah, it's looking like
I
Dodgers
don't want that.
Yankees. The two first place teams, which hasn't happened in a while, make it to the end and play each other. So we'll
Dodgers,
see.
Yankees, and Dodgers win would be cool. Just because like the only team that LA cares about is the Dodgers, so it'd be cool
Yeah,
for them to actually win. Like nobody gave a shit when the Rams won. Nobody's gonna care if the Chargers win,
yeah.
especially the Chargers. Yeah,
There's not a lot of Chargers fans out there. So
it like for football, LA would go crazier if the Raiders won than the teams in LA.
or the
Just
Niners.
because they
Did you?
used to be here. Yeah, the Niners too,
Yeah,
probably.
the Niners. If you saw that, like the crowd from the Rams Niners game a couple weeks ago was almost all red. Like if you looked around the
Yeah.
stadium, it was
That's like
majority.
every game though. I went to a fucking Minnesota game in high school. Charger, but it was also Chargers. Chargers, Minnesota. Chargers have less fans than the Rams, I think. and it
Yeah,
was all purple for fucking Minnesota when they weren't that good. It was
dude, it's
ridiculous. The
weird.
fucking chant they do, the skull
The
or
skull,
whatever.
yeah.
The whole fucking stadium was doing it, bro.
But
It was
to
so
be to be
rough.
fair, if my team's playing the Vikings, I'm oh gosh, connection, connection.
Yeah.
To be
Should we end
fair,
it here
yeah,
after
I was
this?
gonna say real quick, if my team's playing the Vikings, I'm joining in that chant because it's just an electric chant, like the skull, like
Nah,
skull, like I don't know, it's a cool chant, like.
nah. I
But
do the
yeah,
Indians one.
we'll wrap it up. We were on, dude. We were having such great tempo and pace there, so I was like, let's keep it rolling. Let's talk about other sports, and then connection shits
Yeah,
out again.
that was
So
the best part, and then fucking yeah.
yeah, so we'll end it here. Unfortunately, another episode of technical difficulties. But what I like to say is, you get problems, you say good because now you have to figure out a way to fix it. So maybe I got to
Hmm.
change rooms. Maybe I need to start paying the Wi-Fi bill, up the Wi-Fi or something. I don't know what needs to happen, but yeah, this is just a learning experience for sure. Trying to get this episode going, so I need to figure out how to fix this. I don't know what the issue is. It might even be the laptop, to be honest, but we'll see. Maybe I'll get my PC next weekend and bring it up. But yeah, thanks for doing this episode today. I know you're tired. I know you got work and everything, and I appreciate it. I was doing a couple solo episodes, starting to get cotton mouth. So,
Yeah,
but
that was a
it's
fun one.
always yeah, it's always fun doing it with other people, and hopefully,
Yeah, I can
I say this
imagine.
every week at the end. Like, I appreciate everyone for listening. Hopefully, we get more of the boys on next week. Nick, Brandon, Patrick, but it's just been hard to get everyone kind of aligned. We're trying to still figure out the days, the scheduling, trying to get everybody. But again, we just need to just get that. Once we nail that, I think it'll be a lot smoother. I'll nail this my end too. I need to figure that out. But I think I think it was a good episode. Besides the dropping and the cutting out technical difficulties, but we'll get this one posted. Definitely follow us on Instagram, NMI Sport Report. Share this with your friends. Follow me on Twitter and on at Twitter it's going to be code_Dylan, and on Instagram NMI Sport Report I will be posting bets before games start. So if you do want to follow our bets, make some money with us. I post everyone's bets on there. We saw Nick's picks last week, Brandon's picks, Patrick's picks, my picks. They all go up on our Instagram or my Twitter. So follow us there. You'll see them there. Share with your friends. If you guys like making money, definitely follow because we've been hitting bets. Think it's been pretty good. So and hockey's rolling around. If you have Patrick's number or if he sends me his bets, they'll go up on the Instagram. We got another cutout at the end. That's awesome. Cut out again at the end, man. I'm giving the outro
Yeah,
and it
I
cut
hear
out.
you.
All right. All right. We're out of here. Thank you guys. Pat, thank you. I appreciate your time.
Yeah,
We'll
that was fun.
we'll see you guys again next week. So hopefully a little bit of a better episode.